This is a special EMI tape recording, number 2 of a series, and we've designed it to demonstrate how microphones differ in their performance according to type, and give you a few hints on making the best speech and music recordings in different acoustic conditions. Besides the price, and microphones can cost anything from £1 to several £100, they differ in 3 main ways: the quality, directivity, and sensitivity. Now, the differences in quality are not so serious as you might think. They don't show up much on speech, especially through the ordinary domestic recorder. Well, you can hear for yourself. Up till now I've been using a high-quality professional microphone, and here's a sample on the cheapest kind of microphone. This is the microphone supplied with many recorders in the £20 to £40 range. And as you can hear, it makes quite a good job of reproducing the sounds of speech. But it's perhaps not quite so good for music. There are more marked differences in the directional behavior of microphones, and you can get 3 basic types. Some pick up sounds equally from all directions. Most crystal and moving coil microphones are like this. Others are live at the front and back, but are dead to sounds arriving at the sides. These are usually ribbon microphones, and a few respond to sound at the front only. Well, I've got a ribbon microphone here, and I'll demonstrate it to you. I'm standing in front of the ribbon microphone about 2 feet away, and I'm going to walk round it in a circle so that you can hear how it behaves at different angles. Now I'm moving round to the side, and I'm coming to the edge now, but I'll carry on, of course, until I reach towards the back of the microphone, where I should be at full volume again. Now, keeping on going, you should hear me passing across the other side position where the microphone is very dead to sounds, and now back to where I started. One thing a ribbon microphone doesn't like is close speaking, because the quality becomes distorted. I'll show you. Speaking from about 3 inches away, my voice has changed quite a lot. And explosive sounds, like the letters P and B, produce this effect. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. You can check your own microphone performance in exactly the same way. Now, as soon as you start using a microphone, you'll find that the room has a big effect on the recordings. I mean, at the moment, I probably sound as if I'm speaking in an ordinary living room. But notice the difference when I move into a completely bare, empty room. Now, this isn't a particularly large room, but the point about it is it's completely unfurnished, so we've got the bare walls and the glass of the windows, and so my voice is echoing all round it. That was an exaggerated example, of course, like making a recording down a well or in an empty swimming bath. But this lengthening out of the sounds, due to the waves bouncing round the walls and ceiling, is always present in some degree on indoor recordings. It's called reverberation, and it's all very well if you want a dramatic effect in a play, but it can be a nuisance if you are simply after a clear, straightforward recording. But you can still make good recordings even in over-lively surroundings, if you experiment a bit. Here's an example. I'm now in the middle of a large room, standing about 5 feet back from the microphone, and I want to deaden the sound a little. Here's the result I'm after. I've now taken the microphone over towards a corner of the room, where there are some curtains, and I'm speaking into the corner with my back towards the room itself. If still more deadening was needed, I could bring in cushions or blankets and heap these round the floor, until my voice sounded so dead or dry that I might almost be outside in the open air. This balance between direct and reflected sounds is very important in music recording, of course. But you don't want too dead an effect this time, so it's usually enough in most rooms to adjust the microphone distance and perhaps its height for just the right balance judged on a trial recording. Here's a piano being played with the microphone first 1 foot, then 5 feet, and 10 feet away. There are no fixed rules for the right amount of reverberation in a music recording. You have to decide for yourself. And you'll find it varies from one kind of music to another, and it even depends on the style of playing or singing. Once you get to know your microphone and how it behaves in different room conditions, you can get down to the real art of getting the best balance between different speakers or musicians. Take a singer with piano, for example. Here they are first, with the voice too prominent.
Someday my heart will awake. Someday the morning will break. Music will open my eyes, show in the skies, golden with rapture.
And now with too much piano.
Someday my heart will awake. Someday the morning will break. Music will open my eyes, show in the skies, golden with rapture.
Finally, by moving the microphone about, and perhaps the performers, we arrive at the correct balance.
Someday my heart will awake. Someday the morning will break. Music will open my eyes, show in the skies, golden with rapture. Maybe this gentle refrain someday will echo again, bringing my lover's caress, making my heart say yes.
Good microphone recordings, then, depend on your knowing intimately how your own microphone behaves. The best position for the microphone and disposition of the speakers or musical performers must be found too, so that they're in the right balance and with the right amount of reverberation. You'll find more ideas for making better and more enjoyable tape recordings on other tapes in this EMITape series.